It's over, Dr. Dumb. It's Dr. Doom. Joke's on you, Dr. Dumb. We don't have the license for that name, and you can take that to the punch. Don't you mean Judge? Alright, and cut. That was an awesome opening to the movie, Ryan. Yeah, I can't believe I let you guys direct a movie, considering, well, one of you is a stuffed bird. I think it's actually turning out really well.
Oh, you have no idea. We've written some amazing material. It only gets better from here.
That's my mug. Oh, don't worry, it's empty. I'm not really sure what that has to do with... Wait, what? Does he really have to actually punch me?
Nah, but do it again. I mean, wasn't it funny?
Now. Well, yes, but we need to move on to the next scene, and trust me, it gets even better. Do you have any sevens? I'm sorry, how was this entertaining? I mean, the opening was so strong and action-packed, and everything just went to a screeching halt. Ryan, don't you get it? No! It has to turn into a 90s kiddie unfunny mischief movie.
Mixed with a stupid amount of 2000 songs.
Think Stuart Little meets Transformers. That is literally the dumbest combination I've ever heard. Well, we're following a formula from one of our most beloved childhood movies. Wait. Where have I seen this before? Oh no.
G-Force is a 2009 kids spy thriller, directed by Beane. It made quite a bit of money, and the ratings, that's not important. Although, with the impressive cast, an honestly really good idea for a kids movie.
Albeit dumb and simple, but still somehow really good.
It's no wonder that so many people loved it as a kid. And for me, I remember the movie fine, but for some reason I remember the game a lot more.
And let me tell you, the game was fantastic.
So I'm still really nostalgic for the movie, although I haven't seen it in years, so this could go so bad.
So good, but so bad, and if it's anything like they're shooting, my hopes aren't too high.
Alright, now we get to the really entertaining sequence of the 10,000 piece puzzle.
This is G-Force.
So we start this Jerry Bruckheimer movie?
Really?
But we see Zach Galifianakis, sorry, it's just really fun to say the name, giving instructions to Darwin, played by Sam Rockwell, who's really the leader of the squad. And yeah, even though the CG isn't that convincing, I don't really think it's trying to be. And yeah, I'll admit, they do look cute, but we get right off the bat, almost two off the bat. Seriously, they just expect you to accept these random characters. One of them is a literal talking animal, and then just start dropping a bunch of spy exposition on us.
Our target is Leonard Saber.
Wait, what? Hold on, wait,
to the Far East named
what?
cluster
Hold on,
store.
wait,
Your
chill.
mission is to download the
Could you
cluster
slow it
store
down a
files
bit?
from
But then,
Hey, I'm 9 inches tall. I only see the upside.
wow, that's actually a really deep and well thought out line and message.
Don't get used to it.
So all the agents have to break into the evil billionaire's party, including Darwin, Blaster, Juarez, and Nicolas Cage as a mole.
I never knew I needed to see Nicolas Cage voicing a mole, but now that I have, I cannot imagine a world without it.
So we see that the billionaire, Leonard Saber, who is played by Bill Nye, nope, this one, and he's somehow playing a role so different from normal, yet not different at all. And also, Juarez is actually Penelope Cruz.
Okay, yeah, this is a Bruckheimer film.
But then,
Nothing happens in this house that I don't know about. Trust me.
He's the bad guy. I mean, wow, like I knew this is a kid's movie, but just wow.
they could have cut that off just a second earlier, and it would have made things at least a little more interesting.
Although, to be fair, this is actually a really good kids movie idea.
Guinea pigs as spies, why not? And this opening is a kid's dream. It's intense, has action, has an interesting plan that's just satisfying to watch it all come together as they steal the file named Clusterstorm.
I mean, it's the perfect kids movie opening. Emphasis on opening.
Now we get the most 2009 sequence I've ever seen, Lady Gaga and everything, and they just talk about relationships.
Get it. I want him interested in me, and he'll only be interested if he thinks I'm not.
Which is basically middle school relationships.
But we see Will Arnett playing a strangely dry and uninteresting character, although it's mixed with more 2000s music, the Black Eyed Peas. And yes, we do hear the same two songs at least 5 times total throughout the movie, but it's honestly so nostalgic to me that I don't mind it. But then, Galifianakis shows them his latest technology that allows him to communicate with animals.
Hey, how you doing?
Whoa. That's impossible.
He seems to be way too okay with talking animals.
But also, if he created technology that literally allows him to talk to animals, then why in the literal what is he doing trying to work with the FBI?
I mean, I think he'd be set for life selling this technology, but okay.
Although, they showed them the clusterform file, and it turns out it was just a file for a coffee machine, and Darwin thinks something went wrong.
I wonder who'd be the only one to have access to the data and be able to mess it up. I don't know. Guess we'll have to watch to find out.
So the boring Will Arnett character wants to shut down the G-Force, and again, just brushes off the technology that allows them to literally speak. Does anyone care to acknowledge that? So they escape the FBI and end up at the pet store.
And now, we have a completely different part of the movie.
Yeah, so they decide to go into a 90s mischief Stuart Little storyline with another Black Eyed Peas song. And guess how many times they go full spy thriller again?
You know, maybe I'm being too harsh on this. I mean, it is made for kids.
And having them go rock bottom and just turn into normal guinea pigs could be an interesting plotline and have them go through an arc.
Probably not, but maybe. So I guess I'll just make the most of what we have.
We see Jon Favreau as a normal guinea pig, and I'm just gonna assume that he took this role before Iron Man. So they decide that they have to get adopted to escape, and try to act cute with another Black Eyed Peas song. I mean, I guess it doesn't cost extra if you just use the same song over and over again.
Although it's literally funded by Disney.
But then Cash from Ben 10 Race Against Time, no seriously, takes Favreau's hamster, turns into Sid from Toy Story, and just straight up tries to murder him apparently, even though this kid is never shown again to have a psychotic or fractured mindset.
Kinda wondering what the whole point of that was.
But you'll be distracted by the weirdly short scene of a boring Arnett dude and another dude in a suit talking about something important maybe. I don't know, it cuts off so short that I'm not really sure what they were talking about. So Cash and his sister adopt Blaster and Juarez, while Nick Cage plays dead to escape the cage. But the trash truck comes in and he apparently dies?
No.
Wait, that's it? Just a couple of no's from one of his best friends?
Dang it, he must have read the script too and seen how obvious the twist was. Oh, I mean, what a surprise. Alright, now you have to solve the math problem.
Problems, actually.
Oh, right. Wait, hold on, wouldn't my mustache in that puzzle scene give away the twist? Should we reshoot it? Nah, it's a kid's movie, they won't notice that. You know, that's probably not the best mindset to have. Ryan, we are artists. We know how to cater to our audience. What, do you think Pixar's ever had to dumb down their stories?
Leave the filmmaking and writing to us. Trust me, it all makes sense by the end. And that movie you're watching does actually have a really good theme.
Yeah, and have you ever written anything in your life? Yes, and you're using it as a plate. Oh yeah, I love this book. Okay.
So Darwin and Jon Favreau continue vibing in the cage, and they realize that they have the same birthmark, and Favreau thinks that they're brothers. However, Darwin denies it because he feels that he's better than just a pet store animal, because he's genetically modified.
Okay, that's actually a pretty good setup for a good message. I'll see what they do with it.
So Darwin escapes, but his supposed brother goes with him. Leonard Sabre has a conference call with a hidden enemy.
As we've discussed, it's in everyone's best interest my identity remain hidden.
Don't worry, just because he's the only other named character and sounds exactly like Nick Cage's mole doesn't mean it's Nick Cage's mole. I was starting to think the twist can be about this guy.
Darwin and Favreau continue to talk about the super secret spy stuff, and
Yapping and keep up. No can do, bro. I'm calling a hunger strike.
Wait, is the music trying to hint at a love story between them? Because they honestly have more chemistry than these two. Speaking of which, whatever happened to them? They kind of just disappeared from the movie.
we get even more 90s mischief with even more Black Eyed Peas. The exact same song, by the way. But both the FBI and Galifianakis continues looking for the G-Force. Anyway, we finally see these two again, with the most 90s family mischief scene in the whole movie. But it's not necessarily funny, or deep, or really even somehow that interesting.
Again, kinda wondering what the whole point of that was, but okay.
So Blaster gets Juarez to safety, as Darwin and Favreau, who by the way, do actually have some pretty good banter throughout the movie, and are probably the best part, sees the same coffee maker from the Clusterstorm file. Then we just go full on Transformers, but honestly in the best possible way. The Saber coffee machine comes alive, and we do get a really cool close-up camera angle for a fight. Anyway, they defeat the Transformer and realize that the Clusterstorm plan is going to cause all the Saber appliances to come alive. The team all comes back together until somehow telling Galifianakis that Nick Cage is dead leads to him telling all of them that they're not special and we're just told they were?
I don't really see the correlation, but this does fall through with the interesting theme setup I talked about earlier.
He tells them about their past, and that Darwin is in fact a normal pet store animal. However, Favreau talks some sense into him, and they realize ordinary people can still make a difference.
Alright, come on, you're almost there. You've almost come up with a really compelling character. Just one more line needs to be said.
Wait a second. We don't have our equipment.
Yes, they did. They made a character arc because now they're going to realize that they don't need their equipment to be special.
Well, that's not entirely true.
Or not.
Yeah, I guess it's all about the equipment now.
Was this the character arc you were talking about?
Uh-huh.
And you're gonna do a similar thing here, right? Yeah, okay.
So the FBI comes to capture the G-Force, and...
Okay, if we're not gonna care about character arcs, then luckily this movie goes all in with not caring.
because for the final whole third act of this movie, it is really just non-stop action, and it is just as fun as that amazing opening. The FBI chases them Stranger Things style, while we get my favorite line in the movie.
May I ask why we're chasing rodents?
No, you may not.
I don't know, I just think it's really straightforward and funny. And also,
You're driving angry! Yes, I am!
Oh my gosh, I wanna see a movie about these two. I've never seen a guy get so passionate about guinea pigs.
the action ramps it up even higher with a bunch of fireworks going off, also Stranger Things style. But the main final spy mission begins. But, gotta talk about relationships real quick.
Yes, she really wants watch you and she's trying to make you more interested in her by acting disinterested.
Oh yeah, I forgot that was a thing. And
To look not interested in you, which makes you more interested in her.
Well, no wonder middle school relationships are like this. Everyone learned it from G-Force.
so Davy Jones activates the cluster storm, and we see all the appliances turning into Transformers as he's confused what's going on. But then we get the big twist of the movie. Nick Cage is the bad guy. Dun dun.
What a surprise.
But really the big surprise is how dumb his explanation is for literally surviving getting crushed.
Well, I hid in a soup can, rode it all the way to the city dump. And it was stinky.
Yeah, actually, never mind. That's not that surprising.
However, his motivations are pretty clear. How if you Google moles, the only thing that shows up is how to get rid of him. So now he wants to return the favor on humans. It's simple, but effective. But then the movie just decides to go full on Transformers. Darwin convinces Nick Cage to be good insanely fast, and we also get a really impressive explosion. They think they lost Favreau, as Blaster says,
He was my man.
Did we miss something?
seriously, I don't think these two have had a single line of dialogue this entire movie. In fact, apart from Darwin, I'm surprised that any of them even remembered he existed. Although, of course, he wakes back up because of food. Which, honestly, same. But anyway, they say that they're a family now and all go back to HQ. But then,
Either you want both of us or neither of us, which leaves us desperate, even though we don't have a clue.
And that's just how I like it.
Wow, that is a really messed up thing to do.
and they get a final message from the FBI or something?
G-Force, your funding has been restored. Welcome to the FBI.
That means deserves an Oscar for saying that line with a straight face.
And then we get an ending dance number with, of course, the same Black Eyed Peas song. Because, at this point, why not?
And that was G-Force. Oh no, my mansion! Ah! And cut. That's a wrap, we did it.
And ended with quite the bang, huh, Ryan?
Well, yeah, that was a great ending, but I think you guys could have made it deeper instead of catering just to kids. Well, not every kids movie, or really even movie in general, needs to be that deep. Huh.
There's no denying that G-Force overall is a fun movie. However, that's about all you're getting. But it's also not necessarily a bad thing. Yeah, I do think the use of messages, especially in kids movies, are really important. Although, sometimes you just want to enjoy something without having to think too hard. And I completely understand that, because this movie perfectly delivers on that. The CGI is honestly really good, the cast is fantastic, the action is exciting, the gadgets and vehicles are just cool, the 90s Stuart Little sequences in the middle are there. But it's no secret as to why so many 2000s kids grew up on this movie and loved it. Because this idea is so ludicrous yet perfect at the same time, and it's probably my fault for being too overly analytical of it. So for me, I can't say I didn't have fun, whatever this fever dream of a film was.
So I guess I'll let you guys direct more movies sometime. Oh, cool, because we were inspired to make a fully CG musical with uncanny valley effects. Wait, what? Oh no.